Anyways, so hey gang, it technically hasn't been a minute, if you're listening to this because of the way we batch record, but life stuff has changed and has fucked up our schedules, which yeah, we talked about that in like a way earlier podcast about like having a backlog and like getting things prepared and ready in case like you have crazy stuff happen in your life. For me, the crazy stuff that's been happening, if you're curious, was I've been getting really deep into the weeds of a relationship right now, on top of having to go to a funeral. So that was a big mix of emotions right there. And Tom, I don't know if you want to talk about your life change that happened recently.
Just I on my job, we ran out of things to do, so now I don't have a job right now. That's literally all that happened. I mean, what actually happened, if I want to get a little bit more detailed with it, was we got a really. I work for an electrician. We got a really gigantic, like huge job, for like a billionaire's house, right? A big mansion. Um, boss bought $1,000 of material. He bought a new truck for the job. He hired a bunch of guys. We did a shit ton of work there. We ran a lot of wires, and they haven't paid us.
Oh shit.
So he's like, I can't pay anyone until they pay us. So I don't know what to do. And so now we're just now I'm laid off, and we're just kind of waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, that's definitely counting your chickens before they're hatched. Yeah, buying a truck before.
I mean, it's not really
Eh,
his fault that he's getting fucked over in like the weird contract. Like
yeah,
he's the only person who's getting this right
that's
now
true.
at that job.
Yeah, that fucking
I
blows
feel
though.
kind of like I mostly am annoyed that I'm not working, but it also just sucks for him because like he's putting a lot of money into this. I heard him talking about like, yeah, if they don't end up paying, like I'm just gonna go bankrupt.
Yeah, that's how that works. That's why I got out of that fucking shit show
Hmm.
renovation lifestyle. Because goddamn, is it so easy for people to not fucking pay up, pony up and give them money, and
Yeah.
then you're just fucked because the way those jobs work tend to be it's like fucking video game development where it's like if the house that you worked on or the video game you worked on didn't give you money or didn't sell well, then you're kind of no more game industry, no more game dev
Hmm.
because you can't afford to
Not
make
to
another
mention,
game.
it's a billionaire, so it's like, what are you gonna do? Go to court with them?
Yeah, get that sympathy vote. Yeah, no, it just never works out. It sucks. Um, but yeah, and we've taken a small breather from actually uploading stuff. Granted, that there's a little bit more of a reason to that than just like because life was changing. Like, truth be told, if I really had the gumption, I could upload more podcasts and be happy with it. But we kind of ran into this issue where we have such a big backlog that it's a little ridiculous. Because like when we have guests on, it tends to be the episode we upload of the guest. It's like a month out from when they did it, and then it's like, oh, I forgot I did this episode. When truthfully, it should be like a week out, where it's like, oh, it's
Hmm.
like it's still fresh in their head, like they did the podcast, because it's not annoying like touching back to base with the person we recorded the episode with, but it's more like because we try to do it in such a way that we show the people we like, the guests we have on, like, hey, this is your episode before it goes up. Is there literally anything you need to change? Like, is there something you said in here that's doxing you? And it tends to be no, but in that off
Hmm.
chance it is something big, like we can easily just cut it out and just forego that snippet of audio and just keep on rolling. And that's what like the big linchpin is, like rendering stuff out, which as long as I send them the audio and they listen to it and they're saying a-okay on it, then it's like I'm more than fine with rendering everything. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, the main topic for today is mainly just like talking about like fucking how our work output uh is affected by life and how things change. And because like Tom said, he's basically out of a job as it stands right now. And you did talk about how you're interviewing for like the union gigs right now, right, Tom?
Hmm. Yeah, I interviewed for the electrician union. I think I got a pretty good score on the interview because apparently way their interviews work is very weird. It's not like a normal job interview where you sit down with one guy, give him a good 20 to 40 minutes. Like, it was shotgun. It was about 10, maybe 15 minutes. It
Mm-hmm.
was 6 guys and a panel from the union, and they all like basically rapid fired a bunch of questions. And every time I opened my mouth, they'd all like start scuttering down notes. Uh,
Yeah.
but I think I did well, and I think it's very possible that I could get in. It's also very possible that I won't. But usually it takes you a few years. But
Yeah. I mean, as long as you put your name out there, that's really what fucking union people
mm,
give a shit about. Same thing with like any other gig, right? As long as you keep putting your name on there, eventually you'll just be added to the list.
mm,
Because they're like, wow, this person really wants it, huh? But that's all I can say on that matter. And that's like with literally any job. If you just keep on putting your name out there, they'll eventually just have to hire you out of just like, Jesus Christ, this person really wants to fucking do this job. All right, I guess we'll just
mm,
give it to him. Um, but yeah, as far as on my end, we kind of talked about this for a hot minute before we started the podcast. But so the way my work like output goes, especially with like the creative process as well as just like developing things for the internet, it tends to be like I I do this internet stuff. It's like on the back burner, right? It's not like number 10 on the priority list. It's like if anything, it's I really like doing it, but if like bigger things that are in my life that I just can't avoid, it's like, yeah, I'm going to do that stuff instead of like internet stuff because one, internet
mm-hmm.
stuff doesn't pay the bills, but also the main reason I do all this stuff is more for my creative output and just so I have a place to do things creatively, right? I mean, I think that's what the vast majority of people who use the internet kind of use it for, right? Especially in like the creative
Mm-hmm.
world, besides making money off of my cool commissions. But it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, for me, it's always been like I just want to put my stuff out there, and if I have to like take a breather for like a week or two because someone died or I have to go to a wedding, it's like, yeah, that makes sense to me. It's like
Yeah.
I need to take a break from this internet stuff. But it also tends to be I can't really do anything creative when I'm like doing those like social events. Um, with one
Mm-hmm.
exception, of course, being like when we do the artist meetup, because that's literally the whole like gimmick of that. And even then, I try to
Yeah.
take a bit of a breather on that and just like kind of explore other creative things while I'm out there. So it's just like a more fun experience rather than just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna look at my drawing tablet and just draw for like a whole week while I'm with friends. It's like, nah. But
What's actually kind of funny is I have almost the opposite hope for the next meetup, which is I realized like when I was on the meetup, I didn't really draw that much, and I didn't
mhm.
get on the server and interact with people that much. And this time I want to draw way more, and I want to like be online a bit more so I can tell people what's going on at the meetup and kind of
it's
make the server a part of it since it's like
it's
it's a community event.
it's funny you mentioned that, Tom, because I had this I don't know if I'll do it, but I really wanted this cuz like okay, so like here's the gimmick, right? So I've seen people make like quote unquote like photo booths with like Raspberry Pis and shit, and the whole way they
Mm-hmm.
work is you take a photo with it and it instantly uploads to a specific site that you want it to go to. Like it's just like you hit a button, takes a picture, uploads it, and it's like
Oh
you can add like a
yeah.
caption or something like that. And I think that's cool and all, but I don't think it's necessarily like I think the way it would work is what I would really want, Tom, is I take like a scanner, right, for our art, hook it up to a Raspberry Pi, and then it scans
Mm-hmm.
the image, uploads it instantly to like the Discord or like a social media platform. It's like, and then you can add like a caption in after the fact or something like. I have to work out the details, but pie in the sky idea is it's like an easy streamlined way for people to instantly post something, so that way they're not fucking like taking a picture and putting their like noses in their phones and like giving out a twit about like how they're at a cool artist meetup. Instead it's just like this more streamlined event kind of deal where it's you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I like weird tech stuff like that. uh But yeah, I've had, and that's another thing we talked about, because like another big thing with artists, which I'm sure everyone in the world has figured out by now, especially on the internet, is not very social, or like not that they're not social. It's more like not wanting to like put your face out there. I mean that's a fair
Mhm.
assessment for even most artists, like um even the famous ones. But like, so our idea was to like, hey, what if we just did, because this is a big thing, especially with like Soam, who was at our last meetup, was like, I told them as much, like, hey, you know, you want to take pictures and stuff, and they were very much of the opinion like, I don't want to really put myself out there or get photos. But literally the day after the meetup, they're like, man, I wish I took some fucking photos with y'all. It would have been like fucking
Mhm.
killer. And it's like, yeah, I know, because I've had that similar kind of regret when I did like other smaller stuff. But I think the way we curbed that me and Tom talk about was, instead of like taking like fucking digital photos that people can just upload to the internet with their like fucking camera phones and shit, it's more like, what if we just like took like Polaroid pictures and just like gave them out to
Mhm.
people at the meetup, so it's like a physical object that's like, you know, it's just something to have. And that makes sense to me, um especially with artists, because it's just like, it's a cool stylized thing. um but yeah, cool stuff to think about. I don't know if you have
Yeah,
any
I'm
other
excited for the
ideas.
meetup.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a very good planning person, and so I think it's good to have you helping with it, because just
Mm-hmm.
the way I think about it is like, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna fucking vibe and have fun, which means that if I was completely in charge of it, it would probably still be fun. It would just be a little bit boring because we would just be in a house hanging out.
Yeah, nothing would be planned. Um, I'll say this much, because like, there's definitely there's a fine line. It's like a scale, right? You can have too much planning, and then it becomes fucking
Yeah,
boring. Like it's
I think that the reason
mhm.
I don't like planning too much for this kind of thing is because when I was younger, we used to go to Disney World every couple of years,
Dude,
but
yeah,
it always felt kind of weird because it was like, all right, come on, we have to go now because we have to get to Soren, and then after Soren, we have the fast passes so that we can go from there straight to the raceway ride. And it was like,
yeah.
this is too much. Like, I want to just hang out and have fun.
Disney's the worst for that, because they literally incentivize you to be like in a mad dash.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for like an out of towner. Because for those who aren't aware, like, I'm sure like the vast majority of people have had like a Six Flags or something like that, or just like some sort of like
Mm-hmm.
carny event that has like an all day pass sort of deal, where it's like, if you're a
Mm-hmm.
local, you can just buy like the year long pass for like $90, and then it's like you can just experience everything at your leisure whenever you feel like, when you have like a day off, right? But if it's something where you're like an out of towner and you're going to Disney, it's like you have like maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 days if you're lucky to like experience it all in like one fucking shotgun blast of like an event. And so it tends to be like families have to be like, okay, if we do Mickey's a Magic Ride, and then we do Thunder Mountain, and then we do a Small World. It's like we can have it all jam packed into one, and it's like, yeah, that's good and
It,
all, but it's
it's
not
this thing.
fun.
It's this thing where like, I used to be kind of annoyed at we still like did have fun. It wasn't like it
Hmm.
ruined the vacation or anything. But is this thing that I used to be like kind of annoyed at my parents for, like, why are we like rushing around and everything? Like, oh, I want to savor this a little bit. Now looking back, it's like, oh, I get it. It's
Yeah.
because you can only go to Disney World so many times. It's really fucking expensive, and you want to be able to do at least like all the cool shit.
Hmm.
Like, looking at it from that perspective, it's like, okay, that's fair. Probably would have been less fun if we were just like standing in lines all day.
Yeah. And honest to God, Tom, I'm just gonna put this out there just so they're like, I am very much more happy that we're doing like the artist meetups in more just like rural nowhere places where we can
Hmm.
find, like, we find stuff, like it's like we come up with our own kind of feel
Yeah,
for what we want to do, rather than it being like, oh yeah, we want to be up at this furry con because someone's a furry, and you know, it's kind of like an art meetup. You know, uh,
like going on a pilgrimage to Chris Chan's house.
yeah, we're thinking about doing that. I'm still iffy on that, just because it's like, it's a point of history, but also it feels like I'd be a part of the fucking rotting cycle of people that are obsessed with Christian, the never ending fucking flow of time. And I don't know if I want that a part of my legacy, but I definitely want to go there. Well,
I definitely want to go there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like at this point, Christian is such a big phenomenon. It's like chattering your teeth, going, "Oh no, I hope I don't add to the Marvel
The
Cinematic
trauma.
Universe fandom."
I
It's like, what do you? It's like a
yeah.
massive thing. Everyone knows about it. You're not like changing
I
much.
hope that I don't make Christian fuck his mom even more. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. But
Okay, you cross the time streams.
Tom, I'll tell you this much: if the dimension merge happens when we get to Christian's house, I will just fucking I'll have a heart attack and die, like right there, right on the spot, like nothing.
No,
I'll
no,
just
no, no,
fucking
no,
go.
no, no, no. I would be the first person on the front lines
Yeah, so you could talk.
fighting against the
So you could
hordes.
talk to Izzy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be like, Isabel. So he says. So the way the merge
Uh
works.
huh.
This is important lore. So
Yeah.
it brings everything that's fictional to the real world, right? That's the way it works. All fictional characters, all OCs,
Yeah.
everything.
Well, it gets more complicated the longer on Christian lives, but yeah, that's basically that's the gist, right?
So every single like Isabel I've created would be like an army.
That's true. It would be an army. Um.
I'll
It,
like the, and also here's another good question.
yeah.
Do they all have all of their powers that they had in their stories like canonically?
Yes.
Because if that's a fact, if that's how it works, like the entire universe will just be wiped out in an instant. Like fucking Simone, Goku, fucking One Punch Man,
And Godzilla.
fucking Superman. Like all these characters coming to the
Ultimate
real world all
Showdown
at
of
once, that would
Destiny.
just be like it would be the ultimate showdown, ultimate destiny. Some might
Yeah.
even say.
Some would say that. Yes.
It's
Tom.
funny because like you'd have all these other characters that
Yeah,
are also considered super strong, but they just get vaporized in an instant.
yeah, so according
It's like,
to
oh my god, it's Sans Undertale. Oh, he's dead.
our Lord Christian Weston Chandler, the way the dimension merge works is not only is like every individual character true, but every like iteration of that character does come to life. So not only would you have Superman, but you'd have Ultimate Showdown of Destiny Superman with Superman. So it's like you get your pick. You get your pick of the
What if
litter.
what if the dimensional merge begins and it's
Hmm.
like Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White and Monty Python and the Holy Grail's Black Knight and Benito Mussolini and the Blue Mini and Cowboy Curtis and John B. the
Yeah.
Genie.
But then you'd have the Lizard Squad
What
guy
if
pop
what
in and say, "Oh, we are the Lizard Squad," and I'm not gonna recite that. Fuck you.
Luffy would kill him
Yeah.
instantly?
Really? You think so? Damn.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Ultimate Showdown was foreshadowing. That's what it's gonna look like
Oh.
too.
Oh my God,
It'll look like a
Tom.
shitty old Flash animation.
You're so right. That is just it foreshadowing of the fucking dimension merge. It's all fucking canon. It's all happening. This is like the Bible, but in reverse. Jesus is gonna come to us
You know what?
too, because of the dimension merge.
You know what it's gonna be?
Yeah.
It's gonna be the fucking finale of Gravity Falls. It's gonna be just a giant orb over Ruckersville, and Sonichu's gonna be like, "Why can't I get out of this stupid hick town?"
Yeah, and then Christian's gonna be looking onwards with his puppy dog eyes. What do you see? Oh, I created you. And then he tries to kill his creator.
Is Chris Ford in this
Yes,
fucking scenario?
most definitely. Oh, do you want to talk about this? Because Goji's been posting it, all the art in chat. Tom has been doing this interesting thing with Goji, and I fucking love it. It's fascinating. I don't know if you want to talk more about it.
Oh yeah. I sorry, I got distracted because I saw it get posted in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I started drawing a couple of his characters, and then every time I drew one of his characters, he took the picture and then colored it, and I fucking love his art works so well together. Because he says that he can't like sketch and draw very fast, but I can very fast. And but I can't really color. So then, I can sketch something together in like fucking 2 minutes, and then send it to him, and then he can color it in 2 minutes, and it just makes these like amazing pieces really fast.
I'm
And I
telling you,
fucking love it.
you guys could literally that you guys are starting out and making a fucking comic. I swear to God, you guys could literally like pump out a
I
comic
love
like
that.
that. I'd love to have Goji on here, just fucking, because, like, goddamn, you guys gel really well together, art-wise. I don't know, communication-wise, I don't fucking know, but yeah, that shit would be great if you
Pretty
guys did
well.
that.
We were talking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd love that. Like I said, I told him like, hey man, fucking, do you want to do a bigger project together? Because we work perfectly together. This is great.
That's what it's
I
all
don't know.
about.
He said he's working on like a personal project right now, but when he starts like a some kind of separate comic, he might drag me along.
Hell yeah.
And if I get my comic going more, I might try to drag him along into that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what it's all about. I don't know if a lot of people like realize this, that, like, just because like a lot of artists tend to be independent, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
world of a difference when you can have someone like look after your like blind spots and like help you out. Because like, goddamn, does not make everything go like a lot faster and smoother, especially when it just comes to like just pushing shit out there, just so that you can have something to show, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's crazy because literally you will draw something in like 30 seconds and then he'll color it in like even less.
Yeah,
Like it's just
another 30
instant. Yeah,
seconds.
and it's just like what?
Well, that was it. Almost turned like I think it was literally yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. It almost turned into like a race where it was like I would finish something, post in the chat, and start drawing the next thing. And before I would finish drawing the next thing, he'd be posting the fucking colored version. And I'm like, damn it! I wanted to be faster for once.
You
It's
guys are
crazy.
honest to God, Tom. It all you guys need is like a really good background artist and or maybe
Mm-hmm.
like a yeah.
He's an incredible background artist. That's like that's what I was saying when I was talking about like filling in each other's like faults.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that I noticed is that um this is actually something he pointed out to me is I'm pretty good at like formulating a sequence, like a story out of drawings. Like I don't want to say a comic because I'm very bad at drawing larger comics.
Yeah.
But when I want like a series of things to happen, characters like talking to each other or a development of poses, I can do that pretty well. But what I struggle with is individual, highly dramatic, like perspective images. So like, you know, a Soul Eater esque picture of like a character's hand way up in the screen, and then their face 50 miles away, and then their feet 100 miles away. Like this
Mm-hmm.
amazing perspective thing. But that's something that Goji is amazing at doing. So like we mesh together. We fill in exactly what each other are bad at, and it's very fun.
Yeah, you guys need to fucking get on it because, like, goddamn, like the short snippets I've seen, it has been like phenomenal. Like, and it's just yeah, it's just crazy to see your guys' workflow just like be like it's like literally a snap of a finger, and it's like yeah, there's completely finished art, and it's like wow, like that's just great. Like, I'm lucky if I can get like a nice loop animation done in like a day, which I can do, but like that the fact you guys are able to like push out like a complete finished piece in like basically less than 5 minutes is ridiculous to me. Um, and it just looks nice and it looks good and it looks like it took all day to make.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's something else. You guys should really check out the Discord because you're missing out.
Yes,
It's very cool here. But yeah, we definitely need to get Goji on the podcast.
100%.
I don't know if they use a mic or not. I've only talked to them in chat. I swear they've been in the lounge once or
Um,
twice.
Yes, I've definitely heard his voice. He said he has a bad mic right now. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted him to join the VC the other day.
Yeah, we can work with
Sorry, I'm
bad
being
mics.
silent for a second. I just wanted to tell him. I was telling him to come on the podcast someday.
Yeah, come on the podcast and then come on the podcast. We want people to beat off to our podcast.
Yeah, please masturbate to it. I just realized I haven't been drawing. Well, I have, but I stopped drawing for a few minutes.
Oh, that's fine.
I just been drawing his like. So I don't want to fucking dox his story because he's whatever. I've been drawing his OC like race a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say the name of it, but they're monkeys.
They're fucking filthy apes, as Frieza would say. or no, he would say filthy monkeys. I don't fucking know. I don't like
Naked apes.
I don't like fucking Dragon Ball. I'm not a nerd. I'm not a fucking nerd. What's Krillin? Krillin? Who the fuck is that? Yamcha? What the fuck is that? Is that like a side dish? Vegeta? That just sounds like vegetables, dude. All right. Yeah, what, Tom?
What, Kakarot? That sounds like carrots.
Frieza? What, like a fucking freezer? Okay, yeah, made up fairy tale land.
Wait, you're telling me radishes? It sounds like radishes. What the hell?
This is stupid.
They never noticed?
This is just stupid. Fucking hack fraud. R.I.P. But hack fraud, made all these vegetable characters. It's just VeggieTales. It's just VeggieTales. Let's be honest, guys.
I want an alternate universe where Dragon Ball is called VeggieTales.
Dragon VeggieTales. I love
VeggieTales, VeggieTales.
That's Dragon Tales. That's the Dragon Tales theme song. Fuck you, Tom. That's the VeggieTales theme song.
That's the Dragon Ball theme song.
Yeah, because they have dragons, you see. I want Shinra to be in Dragon Tales as like a cameo.
Yeah, he shows up and he's like,
"What is your wish?
Summon me. What is your wish?"
Yeah,
and they're like, "We want infinite candy," and he's like, "What?
Your wish has been granted."
He's like, "No, yeah. I usually bring people back from the dead.
Yeah,
I usually only just bring people back from the dead."
Or
you said you want
this
infinite
one
candy?
time a guy asked for panties, but that was the original series, so no one remembers that.
That was autistic.
That was an autistic pig that made that fucking stupid wish. He just starts berating the children.
Do this so many years. Like, this is really fucking... That was shit. The kids are just like, can we
get our candy? Sure. You never specified, so have infinite black licorice. And they're like, no! And then they have to wait another year to summon Shinra.
Yeah, when they summon him again, their wish is just like, we want you to, like, prolapse yourself painfully for what you did last time.
Oh, I can't do that. Like, it goes against the rules.
Oh, it's against the rules. Oh, yeah, show us the rules. He, like, pulls out a giant piece of paper and, like, scribbles it in at the bottom.
Yeah.
I can't do shit to myself, sorry. It's his, I don't
he goes like, do you wish to know the rules? Like he tries to fucking side eye them with that. They're like, yes, and then he's like, that there is your wish, and it's like, fuck. He got us. He got us on a technicality.
We wish for infinite good candy, and he just like puts his thumb down and squishes them. Your wish is granted.
Your wish has been granted, but also I killed you for fun. Lol.
It's like the fucking. It's like the Aqua Teen episode with the genie.
Oh yeah.
Where he just turns everyone invisible and goes, "Your wish is granted. Whatever. Fuck you."
Yeah. God, Aqua Teen. I should have watched that more as a kid. It's still good though as an adult, but goddamn, I think I would have laughed more as a kid. I missed out. I didn't have a childhood. I didn't watch Aqua Teen as a kid. I didn't watch home movies as a kid either because I was like, ew, gross squiggle lines. But then they like changed that after the first season.
I thought that people typically like the squiggle lines better. I thought the consensus was like, oh yeah, the later seasons look shittier because they don't have the weird.
No, so because that's an interesting.
Like with Rugrats, where it's like when they lock it in, it looks weird.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that's the problem with like squiggle vision, as it's known in like the art communities, is like it looks great for like maybe like a minute or two snippet, but then there's like this weird thing, like the vast majority of people kind of get like not necessarily nauseous, but they get very fucking sick of it very fast. And that was the problem with like the first season of that show, which is why they reanimated it without the squiggle lines when they re-aired it on Adult Swim. Because originally it didn't air on Adult Swim. It was like some other fucking I think it was MTV or something like that. Some weird fucking
makes sense
offshoot. And then all the viewers were like, "This is funny, but the squiggle vision sucks," and they stopped watching it. That's the census.
The rocks.
Yeah, that's the census for that show, or so I've been told. I like the way you just draw them like stupid face.
They're supposed to have like tiny little beady eyes, but I just can't help myself.
Yeah. I like their beady eyes too. They're cute. They're little cuties. And they're really
I
fun to
also like
draw.
drawing these. I was gonna say I like drawing these guys because I don't. I've very rarely drawn like wavy hair.
Mm-hmm.
I've drawn curly hair. I've drawn like spiky hair, but I've never drawn like wavy hair. So this is really good like
I
practice.
want to make an animation of them on my 3DS. I think that'd be fun. I think they look good in that because of how like polygonal they are. Kind of. Well, they have a lot of like
Hmm.
protrusions that are like triangular. That
Oh
looks
yeah, he
nice.
showed me the other day. Like I guess that they can go ape for lack of a better term. Where it's like if they really like panic and freak out, their like hair spikes up and they turn into like a more animalistic version of themselves
That's cool. I
and
love
get like I
stuff
guess
like
like a
that.
big power boost.
Yeah, dude. I just love it when people like. This is a little little tips and tricks from Spark over here. But implementing nature stuff into your art makes it not only feel more real, but also a lot more interesting. Like, because the classic like hair standing thing is literally like a byproduct of like animals trying to make themselves look bigger
Hmm.
so that they're more intimidating. And that's just a cool thing that just happens in nature that no one talks about that often. But if you pay attention, you can add it into all the cool stuff you do. You know, it's all that
Yeah.
observation. I'm sure there's plenty more stuff I could think about, but it is not coming to me at all. But yeah, so yeah, life's been crazy. We've been fucking around with IRL shit, and yeah, I think we talked about this for a hot minute, but like it tends to be when like real shit gets in the way. I can't do like any art like at all because it's just like I don't have time for it.
Hmm.
Especially because like the funeral I had to go to was like 5 hours out from where I live, so literally I had to spend like 10 hours in total like driving back and forth. Um, on top of just like doing the whole funeral circuit, paying my respects, grievances, and all that. Helping support other people because that tends to be my role in those situations. Is like I do cry, all right,
Hmm.
but I try to be like the pillar a lot of people
Hosty.
can like hold on
Hmm.
to. Because I know for a fact, I know for a damn fact when like some close family members die, I'm gonna have a fucking not fun time when that shit happens. It is
Hmm.
gonna be all bad. But hopefully, the people that have relied on me I can then in turn rely on them when that shit happens, or not. Who knows? Life's weird like that. But yeah, and then with Tom, of course, uh, I don't know Tom because like
I lost my job.
well yeah I mean that's fucking huge like it's sometimes it can be as like heart-wrenching as losing a person in the real world, dude, but like because it's like I know for a fact like a lot of people out there have like jobs where it's like your family and then like you just get laid off because that's just the way it works because like money's tight.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people have to deal with that shit especially now, but like yeah, it's fucking weird. And it's like you just lose that whole like family dynamic on top of like your routine, right? Your routine goes out the fucking window because it's like you planned your whole life around like working this one specific
Hmm.
job and now it's like, well shit, I don't have to do it anymore, so I guess I'll just lay around like a couch potato and do nothing because I can't think of anything else to
Yep.
do.
I've been jerking off a lot.
No. Well, at least you have a flashlight.
I haven't been using that shit. Don't even
Damn.
feel that good.
Doesn't even feel
Hand is
that good.
better.
Yeah.
Takes too much cleanup too.
See, that's why you got to get a real GF. Hey, Tom, you know what you could do? It's a bit pricey, but you could start doing some dating now that you don't have a job, if that's something
Hmm.
you're interested in.
Yeah, I should start paying for dates.
Yeah, with the lack of
But no, you're
revenue.
right.
Yeah, you could also do more commissions. I don't know, not to fucking
Hmm.
be a mom and tell you what to do with your life, but there's avenues. You're not just like stuck in the cum gutters.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Besides all that fucking weird life is strange changing bullshit, like honestly, I can't say fucking much about anything, especially when it comes to the art world, because like I have just been like off the radar, like completely. Like I need to get back into the swing of things like tomorrow. Although I will say this, Tom, you remember when I was talking about how like my leg was like fucking like bent out of shape or whatever? And like it was like my right leg was just fucking like sore all the time, and it's not like I sprained it or anything. I mean, I might have, but like, it just felt like shit like all the time. And like funny enough, when I was like not standing on my leg and I was just like going, like driving and going to the funeral and whatnot, my leg healed up naturally because it turned out I was just fucking working too hard and like standing too much. And like that's literally like all it took was me not having to like stand around or like do like menial labor for my like to heal up. So let it be known, viewers, if you just fucking wait a day or two and just like decide to be bedridden to like fix a leg injury, it just works. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you get like I got really like a while ago I got really excited about like doing cardio shit in my room. I was doing like leg lifts and fucking not leg lifts. I was doing high knees and jumping jacks. A lot of them. And I ended up giving myself shin splints.
Yeah, no.
What?
Jumping jacks are okay for warm-ups, but they are not good for like a long-term exercise.
Yeah, I was doing like hundreds of jumping jacks.
No.
It's probably fine if you're not that heavy, but it's like because I'm like already really heavy, I was putting so much fucking stress on my legs and didn't realize it. And I'm getting shin splints after like a few days of doing that and couldn't do anything for like weeks.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I'll say this much, Tom, because I know like being like physically active is something you want to add to your like daily routine. I'll say this much: if you're not working, you could save money on gas as well as gain some cardio. If you just like walk during the midday, get a nice summer tan going. Yeah,
I took a walk to Wawa this morning.
Hell
Unfortunately,
yeah.
I got an iced coffee and undid all of the progress, but
no. See,
but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna start walking while I'm off.
Yeah, I'll say this much for like every health nut out there or like person trying to get into shape, right? It's like a lot of people think it's like a zero sum game, especially if you treat yourself every time you go out like exercising or whatnot. It's not, because like let's just think about it on like a very small scale, right? We'll use Tom as an example, right? Tom would normally get a nice coffee anyways, right? Especially if he just drove to Wawa.
That's true.
But the fact that he walked there and back with a nice coffee while he was drinking it, there's this interesting thing your body does, especially when you're exercising and consuming food, which you're not supposed to do. Well, it tends to be what you really want to do is like eat a fair amount of food, like enough food that you have like excess energy, but not enough that you'll start puking if like you run too much. But like, just like a nice quick like, granola bar or something, or like some like nuts or whatever, right? And then start your like exercise routine up, and then after you're done exercising, you should then eat food to like restore that like lost energy, because the way your body works is very simple for the most part. Like this is how every body works for the most part, is if you have excess energy, it then gets stored as fat, which we all know. And fat's not a bad thing, because your body tends to use it up when you're like in like stressful situations, or like you're just using your body more than you normally would. And that's when fat, stores get like used up, and then you lose weight, right? Especially if you have like too much body fat, which does fluctuate based on like the temperature or like, stuff like that. And there's water weight and stuff on top of that too. So needless to say, the fact that Tom is just being more active in his life means that it doesn't matter what he consumes necessarily, because it's always calories in, calories out. The fact that Tom is expending energy to gain more calories is actually a good thing, especially when it comes to cardio, because not a lot of people realize this, especially if you're like a big fatty fat who needs to start exercising. Cardio is like the fucking game changer of like, because like just simple like logistics, right? You're wearing weighted clothing because you have an excess amount of fat, and so you just walking burns so much energy because you need that energy to move, because you have a bigger mass, right? That's just common sense. And so when you do start cardio, which is the key for anyone losing weight and like trying to like start their long journey into like maybe even gaining muscles and stuff like that, is like Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're just burning your excess weighted clothing, that is your body fat, when you do cardio, which
Yeah.
is like the first step to a healthier life. You don't need to go to the gym and do a fucking push up because let's be honest, you probably can't even, right? And that's not a good or
Yep.
bad thing. It's just because of the way you're built at the moment. You gotta trim that gut by like walking, and then build your way up to that. It's the same thing with like pull-ups or anything like that. No fucking, like, unless you're like a young kid, you can't do a pull-up like just out the get-go. Like, you need help. Like, you need someone to like support you, or you need like a stepping stool so that like the pull-ups are
Yeah.
easier to do. And that's just common across the board with like any weightlifter, right? So yeah, it's just normal. But yeah, hey, good on you, Tom, for exercising. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was probably getting more exercise than I was actually running up and down stairs at work, but
It's all dependent, right? It's just,
still.
yeah.
Hmm.
I will say it's
I'm
definitely.
using it as an excuse to take a break anyway.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. No, that's completely normal. Like, especially when it comes to fucking art, right? Because we've talked about this before, where it's just like we tend to just burn ourselves out on accident because we get too focused on
Hmm.
what we're doing, and that's great and all for like the short term. But yeah, like, honestly, Tom, it's definitely like leagues different. Like being able to like have those like walk breaks where it's like, you know what, I've been working
Hmm.
for like 4 or 5 hours straight just drawing. I think I'm just gonna walk to like Wawa, or like I'm gonna go on like this hiking trail and back. Not even just that, it's super helpful for like clearing your head and then like regaining better ideas than just like keeping at it and like burning the candle at both ends until like you have no candle and you can't see what you're
Hmm.
doing. So yeah, it's yeah,
Oh, is that what that means? It means you're running out of your candle faster?
yeah, right.
I think that I saw a cartoon where the guy had the a candle balanced on its side, literally, and
Yeah,
I always, because of that, I interpreted it as, oh, it's because burning a candle at both ends is really hard.
no,
But no, it's just because you just run out of the candle
yeah,
faster.
it's extremely easy to burn a candle at both ends. Oh, funny enough, Tom, I don't know if we've talked to this is just like a weird science thing, but like people would use candles to tell time, like they'd use it as a timer.
Hmm.
That's just a weird thing people would do, because it was just an
Yeah.
easy way of figuring it out. Because like you could consistently make a candle the same size, and then like since the wicks were made from basic materials, it's like, yeah. So the way you would tell time is like you would burn a candle at both ends, right? And then you'd use a second candle and burn it at one end, and so you could theoretically figure out how fast that candle is burning based on like how slow the other candle's burning, and then you just use that as like a fraction measurement of time. It's fascinating, and then you can use that like as compounding stuff. So it's like, okay, so then once the candle is done burning at both ends and that candle has burned halfway, if you then burn the candle that is only burning at one end and then you burn it from the other end, then you have half the time of that candle burning. It's so weird but clever, that like how you can like put time out like that to like make your own convoluted stopwatch or like a timer.
Yeah.
It's fascinating though. Although an hourglass works a hell of a lot faster and easier
Hmm.
and it's more consistent, but you can also tell
Well,
time with a candle.
I thought the way they typically would do it, at least for simple time telling, was just they'd get a tall candle,
Mm-hmm.
they'd they'd figure out, okay, this is how tall it needs to be to take 12 hours to burn, and then
Yeah.
they would draw 12 marks on it.
Yeah, you can do that too. But like it's much it's funny because like a candle is not too dissimilar to like a tape measure, because all it really is like a tape measure of time. And so when you just like you cut slits and you like fraction it out, because that's what it really is. It's not necessarily like this specific segment is an hour. It's more like this candle is a day, but like segmented
Hmm.
out can be inferred as like hours, even though it's not exactly what it is. But like, yeah, it's just cool. There's a lot of cool like candle technology that's gone to the wayside because nobody fucking uses candles. Because
Hmm.
why the hell would you? But like, yeah,
Yeah, most candles are just a mason jar with wax poured in it.
yeah. I'll say this much: not only that, but a mason jar that is poorly designed to where Okay, let's talk fat. Let's talk candle fat, right? Because that's literally what you would use in a candle sometimes. But not only that, I don't know if you're like me, Tom, and you have like a fair amount of like candles, but like for the fucking life of me, the reason I hate these mason jar candles is because like let's just say you've burned the candle and like it's getting like pretty low, like but it's not so low that like you can't like it's like past like halfway, right? And the problem is if you try to light it, it's impossible because the way fucking fire works is that it expels, its smoke and whatnot, and then it makes the mason jar area filled with not oxygen. What a fucking surprise! And then the light goes out, and they can't fucking light the candle because it's in a fucking mason jar. Anyways, that's my rant.
Just turn the candle on its side when you light it.
That doesn't work either. Yeah. It's fucked, Tom. It's just fucked all around. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so goddamn fucking much. And now all the comments are probably telling me, like, why don't you just get a normal candle that isn't in a mason jar? Well, guess what? The vast majority of candles that I like are in mason jars, so fuck me, I guess, right?
Why don't you just take the jar, put it on your bandsaw, cut the top half of the glass off, and now you're good.
Cut glass? Why don't you just take the mason jar, shatter it on the concrete floor, and then you have a brand new candle? Now, fuck that. I like the candles that burn into new candles. That's fun. Have you seen those, Tom?
Oh, you're talking about those ones that like they melt onto a second wick?
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, it's fascinating. I like them because it means I can burn the candle more. Even though I'm just burning the candle, it's weird. Yeah, it's cool though. It's cool. I'm gonna need to get more sexy candles for when I get this shack built up, so that I can have good smelling smells in here. Because it's not that it smells bad, but when you have field mice living in your roof, it's not the best smell in the world. Also, my roof is leaking once more, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But it's leaking less, so that's good.
It's leaking water and rats.
Yeah, well, mice. Maybe snakes.
And rats.
That's the worst part, Tom. I'm terrified that I'm going to get snakes in my roof because there's like field mice in my roof. And if you're probably like saying to yourself, that doesn't make any sense. Literally, I've seen snakeskin in this roof when I was fixing it. So,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just bring in some wombats.
Yeah, some wombats. Now, I got some owls. I did the New York thing where they, instead of like dealing with the rat problem, they just brought a bunch of owls into New York to eat all the rats, but now they have an owl problem.
What are you gonna do to get rid of the owls?
You mean like Agent Orange,
squirrels with sniper.
Oh yeah, that's better. Squirrels with sniper guns
with crossbows.
Yeah, crossbows so that they can reuse the ammo. That's better. I was gonna get them tiny sniper rifles.
Crossbows. That'll be Agent Orange.
Yeah, I'll put squirrels in their pants, Tom. Remember that? That was a Phineas and Ferb joke. Simps? Yeah. I'll make the mice simps so that they can't actually like breed anymore. They'll be sending all of their like Twitch bucks that they make to other Twitch lady mouse streamers.
Squirrels.
Yeah, squirrels. Yeah, they like squirrels better because they're more voluptuous.
I gotta draw a squirrel like Twitch streamer.
Oh my god, what would their name be, Tom? What would their name be? Would it be Sandy? Squirrelina. Yeah, that's better. They have a big fucking bushy tail, and they know exactly what because they got a fucking big tail. They know exactly what they're doing with it.
Yeah, look, they're doing the green screen thing.
Oh yeah. So you don't know where they're streaming from?
No, they're doing the thing where they wear green like underwear, and then green screen onto their ass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot that's a new trend going on right now. It's great. I love it.
I don't know. Every time anything like that happens,
yeah,
the whole world goes up in flames about it. Even people like fucking Wish Critical, who like his whole thing is he has dildos everywhere and shit. Yeah. He's like, "Can you believe this? These people are going crazy on Twitch."
Brings out his green dildo.
Like, I get it. It's like silly, but it's not that big of a deal.
I think it's cool. not for nothing. I did have I think I still do. I still have a fetish for invisible people. I think that's hot.
Invisible people.
Yeah, and when I say this, like people don't get it, but it's like, have you seen those like photoshops of like people who like Photoshop out the person, but the clothes are still there? So it's just like,
Oh, like that character from My Hero
yeah,
Academia.
exactly. Yeah, I think that shit's cool. I think it's really cool and
Yeah, that's
stylized.
cow.
Yeah, I like stuff like that.
I
It's
never had like a
wacky.
specific thing for it, but I do like it when it's done.
You know what's funny? I think I have that fetish because read The Invisible Man. You know the Invisible Man books?
Isn't that like a rape murder book?
Is it? I thought it was just a mad.
What Invisible Man did you read? I thought that in that book he like kills and rapes people.
Does he? I thought it was just a mad scientist who accidentally turned himself invisible, and then now he's like a monster because he has to
You read
bandage
like a
himself
kid,
up.
like a child's version of it.
Well, yeah, of course. There's been so many retellings of that fucking thing, as well as like black and white movies of it and stuff. Maybe I should read the original book. That'd be fascinating. But yeah, I've always been fascinated by the Invisible Man as a child, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a cool story, even if there's rape and murder. That makes for a really good plot.
Wait, I thought that was the whole thing. That like he's like, oh, I'm invisible now. I can take advantage of people.
I think that's you. I think that's you, Tom.
No, that's at least that's the movie. I
Isn't
don't
that
know if
the
that's
Ring
the
of
book.
Solomon or what? No, it's not the Ring of Solomon. Is that the Ring of Solomon? Am I crazy?
Are you talking about the Ring of Power from fucking
No,
Lord
no,
of the
no, no,
Rings?
no, Tom. Because that the whole invisible ring thing goes beyond Lord of Rings. That was stolen from an older story, um, or like an older like adage or something like that, where it's basically I forget how it goes, but basically like a peasant gets a ring that turns them invisible, and what he does with that power is literally like what everyone else thinks about when they have an invisibility power is he goes to the king, he kills the king, he then has invisible sex with the queen, and like he just keeps on doing all these like bad things, and like the moral of the story is like, yeah, when no one can see you, you just do bad things. But it's deeper than that. But like, I forget what the I forget what the ring is actually called. Let me look that up. It's been forever since I've thought about that fable. Is it a fable? If it's not animals, I don't know.
I think so. I don't know.
Because I thought the reason it's called a
Fairy
fable is
tale.
because it's animal creatures creating like human, things happening. Like Rats of Nim would be a fable if you think about it.
Is Zootopia a fable?
Yes, it is.
What the fuck? I can't handle that. I'm gonna kill myself now.
The Ring of Gay Gas?
Gygus? Is it Gygus?
Yeah, the Ring of
As in like the
Gygus.
villain from fucking. Well, no, I'm asking genuinely. Like, is Gygus named after that or something?
Maybe.
Or like, is Gygus a mythological figure? I doubt Gygus is just Gygus. I doubt that's what it's named after. It's just its own thing.
Yeah, it's funny because I think the story gets like it doesn't get confused, but I think it gets mistranslated a lot because like invisibility sounds like invincibility or something like that. And so in the story, when they become invisible Gygus, it's like perceived as them also being invincible because like they can't be like judged for their crimes because you haven't seen them do it, right? I think that's where the main kind of like focus of that whole ring
Mm-hmm.
of invisibility like comes from. It's another one of those old stories like the whole like King Solomon or turning fucking shit into gold and all those other old stories.
That's Midas.
Midas, sorry Tom, I'm not a fucking historian like you, all right? It's fucking late.
A historian of
Of
fables and
fables. I know
tales.
the sour grapes one.
Solomon is like a biblical figure.
He is. He is. Well, also a fable if you don't believe in it, if you think about it.
Yeah, and if you imagine Jesus as like a squirrel man or something.
Yeah, well,
He's a sheep. He's a
Well,
sheep.
no.
It is a fable.
As we've concluded, Tom, Jesus was the first furry because when he came out of that cave, he dressed up like the Easter Bunny so that all the guards wouldn't recognize him, and then he gave chocolates and eggs to all the kids that were good.
No, the guards go, wait a minute, look, someone's coming out of the cave.
Oh,
No,
it's just a
stop.
rabbit.
It's just a rabbit.
Yeah, on your way, and then hippity hops away. But then they do a double take, and they're like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. Where's that guy that we put in here? He's gone.
Oh, where's the Son of God?
On the third day, no less. That's what they said.
The third day,
that's what they said.
Jesus duped us.
He no-clipped.
Jesus scammed us, like, actually for real.
He really did.
Jesus, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, Jesus is known for being a big scammer. I just saw the squirrel streamer, Tom. That's great. Big fucking juicy bushy tail. I blamed you for it. Great. That's fair. Now you gotta draw the mouse simps. Can we talk about this, Tom? I don't know what the fuck's going on in society today. Not to sound like fucking Alex Jones, right? But it's a sad day in hell. That I'll say this much, Tom. This isn't to like incentivize people to like post like sexy pictures of themselves on like any social media website or just the internet in general. But I'll say this much. There are a fair amount of people on this server that sometimes send pretty interesting photos. Nothing like risque. But what blows and boggles my mind to the nth degree is that these people are spending time on Discord when they could instantly get like a hot GF because of how fucking like smoking they look, like fucking Son of the Mask smoking. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't get it. Is it just like, what's your fucking thesis on this, Tom?
This sounds very incel-y.
What do you mean?
Oh, you look good, so you can instantly get a girlfriend easily.
It's
like,
not
that's
even
not really how it works.
Well, yeah, I know that's not like the full fucking rigmarole.
And also, a lot of them probably have a girlfriend.
Yeah,
but so there are people on here who are like married.
Well, yeah, there's some people that are married, but like, I don't know. It seems to be like the younger generation to sound like a fucking even older timer, fucking dumbass. But like, I don't know. It's just like, good looks do help, Tom. But also on top of that, I don't know. It's just like, I think there's a few people in this world that would rather spend time on the internet than like, I don't know, date. I guess that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But also it's like,
I mean, definitely. That's just human nature.
Yeah, true. I don't know. It confuses me because as we all know, I guess just as my personality shows, I'm more of a social hermit than a hermit, right? Mm-hmm. I would say you're more of a social guy than a hermit guy, Tom, too, just by the very nature of you wanting to do cool stuff like go to fucking Vancouver or whatever and do an artist meetup.
Sure. It's just that I need, like, to meet people online first before I can do that.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I've always said, like, if I could meet someone, like, talk to them through text first and then, like, just be IRL from there on, I'd probably be great friends with them.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Tom, you should really try BarQ. It's interesting, at the very least. And you can put your fucking art there. And people like it. It takes like a week to get verified too, so, you know. But if someone likes your stuff and you like them, you just instantly become like verified buddies and you can just start texting. It's really handy. This isn't an advertisement for fucking BarQ, but it's pretty cool so far. As like a way to meet people like in a short like area around you. It's also for fucking furries, so watch out. Mm-hmm. But, you know.
I also gotta check out Bumble. There's Bumble for friends, and that seems like it might be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'll say this much, even though it's like, I use BarQ to meet artists, you know, another caveat with that is like, you know, a fair amount of furries tend to just like commission art instead of just like make their own, which is like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. But like, if you're just going into it blind and being like, wow, your art looks amazing, and then they're like, oh yeah, I got it commissioned. It's like, oh, well, okay.
Please do not continue this conversation.
I can make you art, I guess.
I can make you an artist.
Yeah. Yeah, please don't talk to me anymore. You are just a wallet to me. Blocked? What? No, they're people too, Tom. Customers are people too.
My wallets.
Shit. Yeah.
Remember, don't spend yourself all in one place.
That's a Gravity Falls reference, Tom.
It is.
He barfs up money. Well, not the kid, but you know,
A different character.
a different character.
And then Mr. Stan says, "Go clean up that vomit on the front yard, you
What if they
stupid child."
What if they were wallets? Because this is Gravity Falls, you see, and their life is twisted and weird.
Would be honestly, I'm surprised that isn't like an entry. I've been going through my journal 3, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was an entry that was like wallet people of the woods.
They sometimes morph into normal people and spend their hard-earned wallet money.
Only the greediest of people can see them for their true form.
Their true form. That'd be fucking great. I love wallet people. They remind me of remember that old commercial? I think it was like Geico commercial where it's just the stack of money with googly eyes, and then they play the Michael Jackson song.
Mm-hmm.
That was good times. What a time to be alive. You know, house market crashed. I was sucking on a big Huawei pop. I was watching Geico commercials. Life was good. What the hell happened? Now it's worse. The housing market is doing better than ever, and everything's expensive as shit. What the hell?
No, it's not.
I know.
The housing market is not doing good.
Not according to the realtors.
Housing market's worse than it was in fucking 2008.
Uh-huh. That's why I live on wheels, baby. Can't eminent domain my RV, bitch. And then they shoot me up, and they fucking drone strike me.
Yeah, drove a nuke on you.
But it's a safe nuke according to Tom.
This entire city.
Yeah.
What?
It's a safe nuke according to you, Tom. It doesn't have radioactive fallout no more. It's a clean nuke.
That was me talking about nuclear energy.
I know.
Faggot.
I know. I'm just busting your chops.
Because nuclear energy is clean.
It's crystal clean.
And your grandpa, who was working on like the first fucking Manhattan Project nuclear bomb, doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, he wasn't working on the Manhattan Project. He was just working on nuclear submarines that had an infinitesimal amount of fucking nuclear warheads attached to them, ready to get fucking shit to the fucking Soviets whenever they fucking slipped up. But he said he wasn't going to hit the button, even if that became the case. So, you know.
What if he slipped?
He slipped on the button. What if he
was like drinking his coffee? What if he was like drinking his coffee, sitting like talking to his buddies?
They would have to simultaneously slip and pull the keys at the same time.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's like it's this fucking like Three Stooges bit where it's like he spills his coffee, like he slips and does like a somersault backflip and like turns the key. But then the other guy like goes to help my grandpa, but also it has his hand on the key and turns it when he goes to like pick him up, and then it's just like nuclear warheads armed and ready to go.
You idiot! You just started World War III. Pokes him in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, boys.
Sorry, boss. I didn't mean to do that. You fucking numbskull. And then fucking the president calls them. And then
what the fuck did you
do? And they hang up. And then he calls back.
I think so.
Yeah. Now you talk to him. Yeah. Better have a good explanation for this. I don't know what
to say, boys.
The Reds. This was the Reds. They like sending us nukes.
It's Gorbachev on the phone. Don't worry, boys. I understand. It's okay. This happens all the time. We just don't report it. I got
a secret little sauce for this one. And then he's like, "Let's tear down the wall. Let's distract these fellows." And that's how the Berlin Wall fell. That's
oh
simple.
Yeah, the real way they took down the Berlin Wall was they just pounded it with nukes.
Yeah,
like thousands of nuclear weapons all across it.
Yeah, and that's how the whole world disarmed all their nukes, by using them all at once.
I'm just thinking of teardown.
Yeah.
It would be like when you just spam 1,000 explosives all over a house and then detonate it, and there's just nothing left anywhere.
Look, Tom,
for a 50-mile radius.
Tom, all I'm saying is this, all right? if we could just get all of like the world powers to set off their nukes all at once in one specific location, and then if there's a lag spike, we'll know that we're in a simulation. Like obviously we'll be in a simulation because there's a lag spike from all the just fucking destruction. And
what if there is no lag spike? Doesn't that like not prove anything because then the processing power could just be higher?
No, there'd definitely be a lag spike. Yeah.
So if there's no lag spike, that means that's it. We did it.
Yeah, that means we're in a radioactive hellscape that's not a simulation. Or
shit, why don't we just do it on the moon?
No, because the moon wouldn't make any sense because you could like easily like bake that in, right? You could easily like bake in a cutscene, right? It has to be in like a specific location where people can observe it, right? If it's just a baked in cutscene, then rendering power means nothing, right? So what I'm saying is this, Tom, right? Is if all the nukes get set off, and I'll say this much, there's also like a third contingency, right, where not all the nukes get sent off because there's like code in the script that prevents nukes from flying in the same location all at once. And so that disproves it even more because it's like the Fallout 76 conundrum, right? Where if you set off too many nukes, some of them don't operate correctly and some of them just destroy the server. And I'm thinking, just hear me out, guys. I'm just thinking, I'm just spitfiring, but I'm thinking if we set off all the nukes in one location, and like something weird happens in the Matrix or whatever the hell we're in, that's just basic proof. That's just basic proof right there. So it's fucking your chess move, fucking Russia's and U.S. and a little bit of China.
What if Putin watches this? And that's what like convinces him to start World War III?
Well, it would be more of like I would say it's more of a space race than anything else. It wouldn't be necessarily World War III because it's a common goal, right? Because you'd have to convince then the U.S. world powers to like set off all their nukes in one location too. I'm thinking for the location, just because look, just because I have to, because I'm an American and I have to like because it's my idea.
I know what this is gonna be.
It has to be the Grand Canyon or like some other cool location like that. Well, it's not all because like think about this stuff. Yeah, what?
I thought you were gonna say Ruckersville.
Well, it could be that too. But here's what I'm saying because
you're trying to start because the real motivation is you're trying to start the dimensional merge.
Well, yes, but also I think we can kill like 3 birds with one stone, right? Because like it doesn't necessarily have to be in Ruckersville, where maybe we could send.
You'd probably kill a lot of birds, to be honest.
Well, yeah, obviously, but what I'm saying is this though, Tom. We can make the Grand Canyon even more grand if we like set all of our nukes off there. And so if it fails, whatever, but we have a bigger Grand Canyon. And so, it's a little bit like, I'm tricking the Soviets into thinking like, oh yeah, set off all your nukes in America. But really what they're doing us is a huge favor. And not only this, Tom, I'm hoping like a fourth thing, this doesn't have to necessarily happen, but if it does, it'll be great. The Grand Canyon just turns into Fallout New Vegas where everything's irradiated and like we have Deathclaws and I can finally fuck a Deathclaw. But,
what you're not considering here is that you could awaken the spirit of Paul Bunyan. And that would not be good. Because he is a god of unimaginable power.
I just trap it on, like a silver mirror or something. I don't fucking know.
He's not a ghost.
Oh, well, he's a spirit? Okay, what's the difference between a ghost and a spirit, Tom?
He's a god.
Well, yeah, okay.
You'd awaken his spirit and
is
then
he a
just summon his
demigod?
Physical form.
Or is he like
he's
is he like a mummy god? Oh, he's just a god, like Zeus.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Zeus, Heracles, Paul Bunyan.
Heracles. Yeah. Yeah, they're all up there. All I'm saying is this, Tom. Why the fuck have we made a goddamn monument to like these old farts? Like, what the fuck? Why did we like engrave like these 4 fucking old farts into a mountain instead of like engraving, I don't know, someone cool like Zeus, the guy who's at top of fucking Mount Olympus? That's all I'm saying, right? It's fucking ridiculous. That's all I'm saying.
Like I don't know, like gaming gods, like Tobuscus and like
Where's the Tobuscus Mount Rushmore?
Smosh.
You know why it's called Mount Rushmore, Tom? Is because it was a fucking rush job. Am I right, guys? Fucking high five. Yeah.
There was. The other was supposed to be way more complicated, and they had to like end it with World War II.
And they left all the fucking rocks there that they exploded off, just on the ground. If you guys want to see a real fucking like badass like human made carving monument, go to fucking Crazy Horse. That one's way fucking cooler. It's this big fucking Native American on a big fucking horse. It's just fucking badass.
Is the horse crazy?
It very much is. And they're still carving it to this day, Tom.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
It's very cool. We should have our third artist meetup at Crazy Horse, like on the tippy top of his head.
Yeah, we can have like the obligatory Mount Rushmore episode that every show has, but it'll be on Crazy Horse instead.
Yeah, because we like to diversify and like have, you know, Native American representation. Or as Tom likes to say, Indian representation, because some Indians don't like to be called Native Americans, but it's really all fucking over.
Most of them.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, okay, Tom. Yeah, okay, Tom. Yeah, okay, Tom. Yeah. Yeah. The Italian over here is telling me how Native Americans or Indians would like to be called. Yeah, okay, Tom. White.
See, Spark is the white man trying to take the last thing that the fucking Native Americans have left of their own.
Well, I'm more of like an 88% white man and 12% Native American man, if you think about it. So
158 years ago, one of his ancestors fucked like a part Indian girl.
yeah, and they were Polish. A Polish man fucked an Indian girl.
How did a Polish guy get here that long ago?
It wasn't that long ago.
Swam?
No, Polish people were in America. One or two of them were in there.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. They loved the canals. The Polish men loved the canals, hunting for beavers.
What the fuck? There's canals everywhere in this country. We're moving here now.
Yeah, that's literally how it worked. That's literally how it worked. They love their canals. They go silly for them. You got canoes and canals? What the hell? This is paradise.
What the hell? What the hell, Lois? They got canals everywhere in this country. Is this Louisiana or Venice over here?
He makes a funny little laugh. Yeah. Fucking Peter Griffon.
I'm gonna kill myself. Oh my god, it's Peter Griffon.
What the hell did there? I know this isn't like new territory, but I swear to God, the Family Guy did something that pissed me off recently, and I can't tell. I forget because they do so much to piss me off. So I know we talked about recently how they do the Bob's Burgers bit, where they make fun of Bob's Burgers, but Bob's Burgers is just a better show.
Yeah, I love that. So fucking funny. So petty. Like,
yeah.
I mean this in the best way possible, but it looks like they animated it in a moving car.
Yeah.
It's like how can fucking Family Guy be insulting another show's animation? It's crazy.
Yeah. I think because I don't know if you're like a huge like American Dad guy, Tom, but I love I love that show, and I know it's had its highs and lows, but I think for the most part it tends to be pretty comedically funny. Especially, it's strange because like they had a weird dip in the middle, and then they kind of like got back like on full force. Because they do a lot of just like fun jokes. Just about like the nature of like their whole universe on top of like making fun of like other shit. Like my favorite joke that they ever did of The Simpsons was like it's just funny because it's not even like a joke about like, oh, The Simpsons, haha. It was literally just like Stan going on and be like, and my favorite American dog like is Brian Griffin. And then he just walks down like some stairs, and then there's Brian Griffin like sipping a fucking martini, and then Brian Griffin's just like, "Who the fuck are you? Get away from me!" And then that's just a joke. It's great.
They have the weird running joke where they really want to insist that Stan and Joe look alike when they don't.
Oh yeah, that's another one. I don't get that one at all. That's just
He looks like Quagmire, if anything.
Yeah, because of the chin. What the hell? Is that the American Dad? We're an American Dad. Sorry, Tom, I'm not funny.
We're an Undertale.
No, we're not. What the hell? Why is there a skeleton named Ronnie?
What the hell?
What the hell?
What is this game?
What is this
What
game?
is this diarrhea
Undertale?
donkey dick?
Oh my god, Tom, why the fuck has no one ever made a Ronnie the Skeleton running into Sans Papyrus collab? Think about it. The fucking comedy
Such an
ensues.
idea.
It's such a... Dude, I'm telling you, if we made that video right fucking now, I think we should just stop recording. We should honestly, like, we're gonna cut all this out, but, like, honestly...
We should drop everything
Yeah,
we're doing right now in our lives.
I'm gonna get out of my job. I know you're already out of your job because you were prepping for Ronnie the Skeleton / Sans Papyrus Undertale in the collab of the century, and so yeah, I think this is just a good move for us. I think we should say fuck it to all this like dumb bullshit like drawing 2D art stuff. I'll buy the plastic skeleton. You get the PNG of Sans Undertale, and we'll just fucking like knock this thing out in like a month, maybe a year, and it'll be fucking hilarious. Though we're gonna need to get funded by a few people, so I think we should put a Patreon out for
all Chris Boers.
Yeah. We need we just need all of it. We just need all the money you could possibly spare us, guys. Because this is our new thing. Say goodbye to the podcast. Say hello to puppeting around a plastic skeleton named Ronnie. Because I tell you, this is a good fucking idea. And anyone who says otherwise is getting fucking banned from the Discord, from the fucking YouTube, from the fucking everything, dude. I'm gonna take your internet and I'm gonna fucking cut it down, alright?
Yeah, I just got a call. It turns out we're blacklisted.
From what?
From everything.
Oh.
I was Matt Tabor on the phone. He was just telling me.
Matthew D. Tabor?
He actually told me he wanted you to get back over on the server so he could, like, mind wipe that, like, fucking thing he told you about.
Oh, yeah, like the analytics of how YouTube actually works and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is weird because, like, the only thing he told me about how YouTube works is he said you just need spoons. And I asked him more. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, oh, you just add spoons to everything. I was like, what? And he didn't elaborate on it further.
What would you do if you went to someone's house and all they did was they said, you need spoons, and then they made you sign an NDA on that?
Well, I did.
That would be so...
But now I'm blacklisted, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I just love the idea of, like, someone giving you something so minor, but then still making you sign, like, an NDA.
Yeah.
To just, like, a legally binding actual NDA, just to be like, wait, what?
Can you do that? Hold on, wait, yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm curious, can you NDA someone to be like, hey, guy, I have this really cool idea in this box, but you have to sign this saying that you won't describe or talk about anything in this box, and then you open the box up, and it's really just like, it is a spoon or like just cutlery of some type. It's not even like different or anything. It's like a spoon you would get from like, you know, IKEA or a Walmart, right? It's just like a run of the mill spoon. It's like, you see this?
You look up at them expectantly.
Yeah, and they have a stern face on too. Like they've shown you like the work of God, and then they put the box back down. And they're like, yeah, what do you think? And then you tell them, but then they're like, well, you just failed at the NDA. You failed because you just told me about it. It's like, wait, hold on a minute. That's not how that works.
How NDA works.
That's not how that works at all.
What, am I gonna get sued now? Cuts to them in court.
Yeah, getting sued over a spoon is ridiculous. But it happens to the best of us.
I explained to the judge what happened. He says, hey, he's breaking the NDA again.
Again.
The judge is like, my God.
By God, you're right. Yeah, I'm not
guilty.
Yeah, I'm not a big. Trust me, I'm just a simple judge. I don't get all this logistical stuff, but like this is a pretty clear case. It's like what? I'm not big on this whole lawyer stuff. It's just you broke the NDA. It's like what?
He throws the hammer at you, and smashes your skull.
Yeah, I mean that's a just fair punishment for talking about spoons. That you had to sign.
That's why the judges have those hammers.
Oh, to smash your skull in? Is that why, Tom?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought it was so that they could do carpentry on the side. Because, as we all know, back in the day, carpenters were not too dissimilar to judges.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And so they tend to have the same job. And that's why you'd have all your lawyer stuff and, like, you know, court stuff happen in the winter times, because carpenters couldn't build houses during the winter time.
Yeah, they're not allowed.
Yeah.
The carpentry goblins come out.
Yeah, the tree goblins and the winter spirit and Jack Frost, it collides into this whole rigmarole of just like, yeah,
Like
you can't work on a
Skeleton.
roof. Yeah. Spamton?
Spamton shows up. He goes dump dump dump
1
dump
ton
dump
of
dump dump
Spamtons show up.
Oh, great. I was just getting to work on this building, and now there's a Spamton.
We're divulging,
We've got
Tom.
an infestation.
This isn't an art podcast anymore. This is something heinous and just uncouth and just evil.
Something other. Something older.
Something more.
Something from outside. That is a reference that literally no one is going to get. Not a single person who watches this will ever get that.
I don't get it, Tom. Can you explain to me?
Sure. It's from fucking Homeworld Cataclysm, which was renamed to Emergence when Blizzard copyrighted the word Cataclysm.
Oh, they love doing that. They wanted to also take scroll. They wanted to have scroll as their own word. Remember that, Tom?
I don't remember that.
Or was
That's
that
fucking hilarious?
That was either them or that was
Bethesda?
that was Bethesda. That was probably Bethesda that wanted that.
Mm-hmm.
They're crazy. They're crazy like that. All your scrolls belong to me. That's an old joke no one will fucking get.
Everyone will get that's like fucking.
I know, Tom.
Ancient all your base.
I'm joking.
No one would get this.
No one would get this. Troll face.
This one's a pretty obscure one for you.
This is a pretty obscure one. No me gusta. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Stop this, you're ruining the podcast.
What awkward penguin moment? You don't like awkward penguin, Tom? Or Tom,
is that the one that like fell over on the ice?
No, that's the one where it's the penguin graphic, but the penguin's like flip, like half of his torso is flipped the other way. There's also Velociraptor. Remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a bunch.
Iconic.
I have like from way back in the day. I have a bunch of like Velociraptor fucking memes.
And now we just have pissed off ducks and like Kermit the Frog drinking tea. So we've really fallen off as far as like the comedic train. So.
I can't believe it's amazing that those memes in their unaltered form, unironically, still exist.
You know what pisses me off the most about the Lipton tea Kermit the Frog, Tom, is that original image doesn't have Lipton tea in it. It's literally...
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah, no, fucking Lipton fucking liberal bullshit tea was like, oh, what if we add a little Lipton thing in there so now we get the little advertisements for Kermit the Frog drinking Lipton tea. The original image doesn't even have the Lipton tea logo in it.
Can you do that? That's like all this copyrighted imagery.
No, that's because
just be like,
no, because it's big Lipton trying to like fuck you over and be like, yes, this is just some random person added Lipton to it. It's like, no, you did. It's the same thing with I don't know if you've noticed how this like it happened like 5 years ago or something, where literally like no one talks about this anymore, but you know how like there's like snippets of like, oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine GIF. It's funny. Ha 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 ha. Right? Normally, that would be just done by, like, normal fucking Joe Schmoes like you and me. And then we would upload it, and then, like, that little iFunny fucking watermark would be put on it or whatever the hell. But now, there's, like AMC and shit, like, have their own fucking website for, like, memes. And so what happens now is that people will just go and type, like, oh, like, AMC's The Walking Dead meme fucking bow guy shoots someone. Ha ha ha, funny. Hilarity ensues, and then
but
the website for AMC,
they all have the watermark, and no one uses those.
Yeah, but it's fascinating to me that like corporations are like getting on, like trying to get hip with it, but also trying to advertise everything.
It's funny because like they never do it right. Like, the moments that they pick out from their shows to try to make it into memes are never the scenes that people would actually want to use.
Yeah,
it's always like, what? Why would I want this scene of like Loki standing there for 5 seconds?
Yeah, why would I want this glyph of Loki just like fingering himself? This is silly.
It's always something that's like quotable and funny, and like it can be applied to like a shit ton of different situations.
Yeah.
And the other thing is just that, no one wants a corporate fucking logo on their meme. So even if like they did get it right once, people are still gonna like go out of their way to just get the image without the
Yeah.
watermark.
And that's what I'm
And then
saying
once
though.
it's out on the internet, people will copy
Yeah.
and paste it everywhere.
And that's why I'm saying this, like Kermit, not to sound like fucking Alex Jones, like the frogs are turning us fucking Lipton tea gay, but like literally, that's what they Lipton tea like figured out the fucking life hack of a century, where it's like, let's just add like the little T signal to the fucking T, so that way it looks normal, but it's literally just like advertisement to your fucking brainium that you didn't realize is there. And now we've been talking about Lipton tea for like fucking 5 minutes, and it drives me fucking up the wall. But yeah, I've just noticed weird shit like that popping up and being like, why the hell? What the hell, Lois? You know?
What the fuck, Lois?
Kermit never drank that kind of tea brand. Shut up, Peter. He's owned by Disney like us.
Oh God.
Oh God. Does the chicken dance? Does the bird dance?
Dance, Peter, dance.
Would you buy
Dance for our overlords.
Would you buy a dancing Peter, a la in the sense that it's like one of those sunbeam things where like you place it in the sun and it does like a little cha cha? It's Peter the Griffin doing like the bird is the word dance.
I was about to say I would only do it if it has like a horribly compressed, terrible mic,
Do you think?
like like those old Christmas toys with like the bad,
Yeah.
horrible speakers in them. Sounds like that going bar 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 is the word, and it only does that one part of it.
While it's basking in the sunlight. I don't know if solar power can power that, but we could damn try. We got stronger solar powers now, so I could do it. I could figure it out. I could tool it out. Yeah, I love old fucking shit that has shitty speakers. I had a little Frosty the Snowman that had a little piano, and he would sing songs, and it was just good audio quality enough to where it was charming, but not so good that it was like something you want to listen to all the time.
Yeah, I had a lot of shit like that, like little weird stuff. Like I had the fucking guy from Rudolph, the little elf man, and it
Oh
would
shit!
go. It's actually really funny. Whenever it's out, we always just like start laughing because
Yeah,
what it does every time you hit it. You know, most things it'll have like just a variety of different like quotes and quips.
yeah.
This one, it'll have a random quote every single time you like touch it or like activate it. But what it'll do is go like, maybe being misfits isn't so bad. Why am I such a misfit? And it goes through the whole song every single time.
That's great.
It's so annoying.
That's fucking amazing.
Sometimes it gets to the point where we need to like grab it and like turn it off.
I want to not to like hone it. I want to get like how people have been doing like those I hook up my fucking like amperage meter or whatever the hell to like this electric toy, and I raise the amperage up so that like it freaks the fuck out. I want to do that, but like the opposite effect with like all those like sound toys. So like you just lower the amount of like jolts it's getting, and it's like it just sounds like demonic and creepy. And it's like how creepy can I make this toy make?
People always do that with like the really old toys when the batteries are dying, and it starts going. It's funny, like because like I grew up with like more modern like toys and shit. I never saw that. So in cartoons, whenever that would happen, where they're like, he's losing power, and he goes, oh,
Yeah,
I would be like, that's dumb. That's not how that works.
Toys don't do that no more.
It's not even just toys. Just like technology in general is designed in such a way where, like, if it isn't getting the exact kind and amount of power it's supposed to be, it'll just turn off.
Yeah.
But I guess in the old days, it would just like slow down because it's like based on the hertz of the electricity or something.
Yeah, because they just didn't use yeah, it's just weird. They just didn't use circuitry stuff to do that. I forget what it's called. I feel like a total dunderhead because I literally know what it's called because I have to solder them onto boards all the time, and now I'm blanking on the name.
Transformer.
Sure, why not?
That sounds like something that would alter a signal and transform it.
Yeah, my transformer, when he ran out of batteries, would do that. He would go brrr, you know.
That's not what I meant.
I know it's not but I thought it was cute. Speaking of, fuck Transformers as a toy concept, because those things are worse than fucking Rubik's Cubes. Like, you can't fold them back together. Especially, like, I'll say this much. Like, the original ones, yeah, maybe, like, a kid could wrap their head, like, a 13-year-old could wrap their head around those. But, like, when the fucking, like, Transformer fucking live-action bullshit movie came out, they made those toys so fucking, like, detailed and realistic that it was just impossible to, like, as, like, a normal kid to fold them back up. And even adults couldn't do that shit. Like, it was too fucking annoying. And, yeah, that pissed me off as a kid.
Remember, I only had a couple of Transformers, and I would always just keep them in the body form so that I could make them like action figures.
Yeah, because they're cooler that way. It's
them and like I never had actual Bionicles, but I think I had like derivatives of them. Those things were always the best action figures
because they're so articulate. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, I'm so glad we're on the same
hold their
brainwave.
form.
Not only that, I'll say this much now. Not only that, but the fact that they are like Lego compatible technically means there's so much room for creativity as far as like customizing and like making like custom weapons out of just like Lego bricks and shit. Like there's so much you can do with Bionicles and Legos as like a common thread thing that literally the creative mindscape is like infinite, especially with so much articulation. It's just like there's so much cool shit you can do with them. Like I remember doing that as a kid all the time, like making custom weapons and shit for them. And on my 3DS, when I was a little baby, in like middle school, I would make Lego animations with like Bionicles and shit with the 3DS because it was so fucking seamless and easy. I wish I still had that old shit, but I don't. I don't have my original 3DS with like all my stop motion stuff. But hell, I might just make a fucking I might just do it for fun with like the original like the new 3DS I have right now. But dude, I tried doing stop motion like traditionally, and that shit is so fucking annoying. I don't know how the hell Nintendo did it, but like literally they made it so easy like a pea-brain kid could figure it out and like make a good ass like animation out of it. Granted, the cameras were shitty, but it's like it fucking worked.
I really like that. I have this app on my phone that's just called Stop Motion, and all it does is it makes it so that when you take a picture, you can onion skin, but like in real life. And it's so nice. It's great for when I've never used it for actual stop motion, but what I use it for is traditional animation. Like I want to animate something on a piece of paper. The only problem is that you need to like, if you want it to actually look good, you still need to like mount your phone and make it like super stable.
Yeah, that's a problem with every stop motion thing. Is like if you're not mounting your camera and the thing you're taking a picture of, it doesn't have like, you know, it's not stable, right? Like if a fucking chair moves, it like ruins everything. But like, yeah, just how it goes. Speaking of, I don't know, Tom, have you seen Gruff?
No, I haven't. What's that?
I don't know. I told you about it, but it's literally this guy has been working like...
Is that stop motion thing?
Yeah, with paper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what it is. I just didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, it's like a 10-minute short. But it's really fascinating how well it's made, and it's made by one guy. And the story is good too. It's like it's like honestly, it's on par with like the Pixar like shorts, but like longer because it's like 10 minutes. It honestly it reminds me of like the intro to Up. Like it's on par with that as far as like how good it is, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a hoot hollering good time. Like, it's free on YouTube.
You're like, the story's like whatever, and then you're like, it's kind of like on par with the best intro of any animated movie of all time.
Yeah, well that's the problem, right? Tom, is like stories can be great and good and all that, but like a good story is also long.
Presentationally,
yeah,
it's great. It's not necessarily as good like in terms of the actual story itself, but the presentation is that good.
Yeah, the presentation's really where it shines, obviously. And that's the thing though. It's like it's a tale as old as time kind of story, but like it's good. It like hits home, and like I think a lot of people can like relate to it. It's just it's a good it's just a good classic story, but with like really good imagery.
I remember like a few months, like maybe 6 months ago, literally, I got a couple of shorts by the person that was making it,
Mm-hmm.
uh, in like on YouTube, and I remember one of the ones I saw that was neat was he was talking about I try to do all the effects real, but I'm also not above using CG for certain things.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way of going about it.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing with
Whereas like
every
I want
artist.
to do
Yeah.
everything like physically because you can't always tell, but to an extent you can subtly tell like
Mm-hmm.
that's CG, that's actual stop motion because of like very little things.
Yeah.
Uh, and also just the artistic like challenge of that.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's like, if I want the scene to look like this, and I really, really need it to, I will just use CG if there's no other way to do it. Or like if I need to fix it or something.
Yeah. It's crazy to me because like yeah, everything basically in that is just handmade,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like even the parts where he does describe like where he does use CG, like I couldn't even tell on my like first, second, or third
Yeah.
watch. Like it's too good. It's the same thing with like
Yeah, I
the
think
hmm?
most of what he used CG for, if I recall, was just removing like armatures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's totally fair. It it's great. It it's literally like the reverse effect I had where it's like with the Lego movie where I was like as a kid I was like, whoa, this looks like it's just all made stop motion. Like it's crazy how good it looks, but like as we all found out, it wasn't that it was stop motion. It's more like they took the elements of stop motion, put it into a CGI space, and then that's how you get that same kind of realism. But this is the totally reverse effect where it's like someone going into this would probably think like, oh, it's done by one guy, it's probably all CG, but literally it's all like traditional shit. And it's like, wow, it's just like, wow. Like, it's hard to wrap your mind around, especially with like the fact that not only did he did that story, but he does a story within a story. So, and he has like a completely different like, skill set to how he animated that one.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's not to spoil anything, but there's like a Western show within his Gruff show. So like, and in the Western show, it's a lot more traditional, like black and white, and it's more traditional stop motion. So there's like less like modern skills used, but like, and it's a lot more stiff compared to his show. And so you get this really good contrast of like, wow. So not only are you seeing like how like traditional stop motion animation would have been done like back in the day, but you're also seeing like a comparison to what he's doing, and it makes a really good contrast to like the show as like a whole, as far as like a
Mm-hmm.
storytelling thing. It's really fucking cool. But yeah, it's worth a watch. Everyone go on YouTube and look at Gruff. It's fucking 10 minutes. Just watch it. You literally have
I
10
will.
minutes
I'll
to
get around
take a
to it.
shit. Yeah. It
Is
takes
it
me 10 minutes to
is
take
it
a
just
shit.
on YouTube for free?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. He had a whole watch party and everything. It was great. I wasn't there for it, obviously, but like he had
Big
like a
fan.
a digital watch party, right? But I watched it the
Your
day after.
digital.
Yeah. But yeah, he had like some people that like in real life show up as well as just like
Mhm.
premiering it on YouTube and all that, the fanfare. It and I'll say this much: what sucks about like all of this, not to be like a downer, but the thing I fucking hate about like what is it, film festivals and shit, is they still have this fucking like snobby view of the internet. So what tends to happen
Mhm.
is if you are a creative that wants to like upload your work or your student film or whatever, uh, then the vast majority of fucking like film festivals will be like, what, you uploaded this on YouTube? Yeah, fuck you. We're not even gonna like consider you. We're not even gonna allow you to show your thing because it's an internet thing. It's not an actual film. And it's like, what the fuck? What the hell? It's like, isn't the whole point of like indie film people to be like, yeah, you're independent. You're not supposed to be like the film people. Like, what the hell? It's just weird. Um, I know they're getting better at that, but there's some fucking assholes out there that are just like the same fucking shit.
Mhm. I feel like
yeah,
I've heard a lot of stories about like, oh yeah, this thing started on YouTube and then it went to film festivals and then from there.
yeah,
I think maybe it could also just be like another example of like old media stuff being scared of the internet, where it's like, well, we don't really need film festivals anymore. I can get my thing huge without it.
yeah. And that's the fucking point of film festivals. I'll say it's not the fucking awards. It's more like so that people can see your film. Because fucking Warner Brothers isn't gonna show it at their movie theaters. Like, come
Mm-hmm.
on.
Or it's even just like a testing ground for films, where it's like I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
that like big, movie people are at these film festivals, like looking, oh, that one's really good. We should get that in
Maybe.
theaters.
I don't know. I always thought that the way movie industry worked was just like they found a script that they liked and then just went from there. I don't know. I'm not in the biz. I'm not in showbiz. I don't understand their weird goat sacrificing parties that they do all the time.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, you
Hey
gotta.
Frank, I noticed you weren't at the last goat sacrifice. Can you? I just want to make sure everything's all right.
Oh yeah, my uncle died. He passed away, and I couldn't. I had the funeral was in Georgia. I couldn't make
Hmm.
it. It's
Hmm.
just
Well, maybe if you'd been there for a couple more goat sacrifices, he'd still be with us.
what? What are you saying? What do you
Well,
mean?
we're all sharing the holy power of the Dark Lord, and you keep not coming. So
Well, it's
I don't know. It
just
just seems
things
kind
keep
of
things keep
strange.
popping up. It's just not family
Oh,
members
things
dying.
keep popping up.
Yeah, things keep
It's
popping.
just
Well,
God.
no, well, it's
It's
not
just the
just
power of the
God. It's fucking
gods.
it's some Cthulhu-esque being. It's not the God. All right.
He's
So
beyond God.
don't get on your fucking high horse. All right, or your high goat. You fucking animals. I don't need any of
What are you, some
this.
kind of Christian?
No, I'm a Scientologist.
No, I'm a Mason.
He's a Freemason. Is that the joke,
Yeah,
Tom? I think
I
Scientology's a joke.
guess.
What? Okay.
They're both jokes.
We can both laugh at them together. Fucking Freemasons, am I right? Yeah, nothing's built out of bricks anymore, dumbasses. Alright. Rolls eyes.
Shit, he's right. Guys, we need to dissolve the entire organization.
Everything's fucking
Alright,
veneer
everyone
and
go
shit.
home.
It's fucking vinyl. Who the hell makes houses out of bricks anymore? What, pigs? Yeah, the 3 little piggies. Fucking 2 of them didn't even build it out of bricks. You're already losing the game, dude.
He's gonna be like, the Masons are like, you're not gonna be laughing when a wolf shows up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have my fucking shotgun, alright? I don't care if my house of twigs
Cuts
gets
the
blown
wolf
down.
outside of your house,
Yeah.
huffing and puffing.
The only reason he's huffing
Oh
and puffing is
shit!
because he has fucking, he's got, bad lungs. He's just coughing all the time.
He's a terminal smoker.
Yeah.
That was literally a book. It was a book where like he's just a smoker and that's why he's always huffing and puffing.
That's not real, Tom. That's not real.
It is.
He's like
There
Joe
was a book where he
Camel.
blows the houses down by accident.
He's like one of the Flintstones. Smoking a fat cig.
Yeah, he literally walked on screen and said Winston's taste good like a cigarette should.
He
Like
did.
a cigarette should.
And now they're healthy vitamins. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
But they're not healthy,
healthy.
Tom. They kill you if you eat more than one. And even then, one is too many.
If you survive though, you get unlimited power.
Yeah, you get unlimited or what do they say? Wobble wobble doo? Wibble wobble wee. They say yabba dabba
Wabba
doo.
dabba doo.
You get
Yabba
infinite
dabba doo,
yabba
that's what it
dabba doo
was.
powers. God, I'm fucking tired. What did I say?
You said wibble dabble doo.
Yeah.
You've made your fucking Oni Plays reference.
Is that a... No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. They say wibble dabble doo.
I'm out of it, dude. I'm fucking zooted. I've been in a car all day, man.
I thought you were gonna say I've been in a coma.
It feels like a fucking coma when you drive for 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, the semi drivers, they're killers. They're all young bucks that want to make a quick buck, if you know what I'm saying. And they come to fuck.
They're young bucks who want to make a young buck.
Mm-hmm. I saw
By the way,
5
I just noticed
semis
it's
on the
past
side of the
midnight.
road, like torn asunder. It's not even a
All
joke.
right next to each other.
Well, there was like 2 next to each other, and then there was like 3 scattered. That's real, by the way. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this life, but like there's more semi accidents, like just in general now, than I have ever seen in my entire life. And that's saying something because I drove a lot more when I was in my like 21s. So I don't fucking know. It's fucking ridiculous, Tom. Have you noticed semi accidents more frequently?
I haven't, but to be honest, most of the time when I'm in a car, I'm just looking at my phone.
No. While you're driving, of course.
I don't drive myself very much.
Oh yeah, you
Mostly
take the
just drive
school
to work and then
bus.
drive home.
Yeah, you take
Yeah.
the school bus to
No,
your work.
I drive to my boss's house and then he drives us
Yeah,
out
I
to the
know,
jobs
I
usually.
know. I'm yanking your chain, Tom. I'm yanking the chain of you, the viewers, and the live viewers like Falcon. I haven't acknowledged yet.
Fuck you, Falcon.
Yeah, I can say GIF however the fuck I want. I can say glyph, gif, GIF, biff from Back to the Future.
Hey, boyhead.
Why don't you make like a GIF and loop back out of here?
Hey, Spark, I have an idea for the meetup. When we all meet up together, can we
Yeah.
all, like, fucking dress up as Biff and bully everyone else?
Yeah, we can do that. I don't
Can
see
we
why
just start
not.
calling everyone buttheads?
Hey, butthead. Why don't you make like a tree and get the fuck out of here?
Hey, McFly! Hey, McFly! We're, like, knocking on everyone's heads.
McFly! Hello! McFly! Yeah. Butthead.
This isn't... Why did we come here?
What are you gonna draw? What are you gonna draw? A sexy anime chick? Come on. What's this guy
Hey,
thinking?
retard!
Yeah. Does Biff say retard?
I don't think so.
Biff
Hey, faggot!
I love Biff.
Kick him in the shins. So
Biff is unironically the smartest character in Back to the Future, and he doesn't even invent time travel. He just takes advantage of everyone else being stupid idiots. Like, constantly.
Biff ruined the future! He's rich now!
We can say faggot on the podcast because I'm one of them.
Shit. Oh shit! I didn't think about the fact that I probably shouldn't say faggot on the podcast.
Yeah, well,
you cut out when I say faggot on the podcast.
You have a lot of faggot representation, Tom. So I think that's fair.
I do.
Yeah.
I draw a lot of gay porn.
Mm-hmm. And I jerk off to it sometimes.
Every so often, just a treat.
Yeah, just as a little pick me up. That's cool, Falcon. I wish I could draw soon. I really need to make more time for drawing. But also I want to finish the shack up. There's so much shit that I've got bubbling around in my head. Not to mention the fact I have to render the podcast. It's just fucking I just need to, buckle down and just figure shit out.